Good afternoon, everyone. This is Christian with PerfectStockAlert.com, a 100% free service for smart investors and traders. All we ask in return, please refer a friend. Today is Monday, July 1st, 2013. We're looking at a couple of different charts today on the actual global averages, and we're starting off looking at the Dow Jones Industrial Average. This is one that I was taking note of. I mentioned Friday. We had this move to the upside here. This is still just a downtrend. You had the high point down to the low, bounce again, still unable to take out this stop loss limit that we had at that point, the previous high, and then you started to move lower here. And now that our stop has advanced to this point here, and we've bounced up here, still unable to take out previous high. Ergo, this is still just an overall downtrend, a dead cat bounce, if you will. But then we had this little sell-off day on Friday, and there was something I didn't like about that, and it could work out different ways, so it was no real big deal in just one down day. But the thing that you want to look for whenever you're peaking is you want to find that sign, that particular signal that you like to find, this shooting star. That's the thing that you're looking for here, here, here. Those are great to find. Whenever you see these, they're showing sell pressure, they're showing the line in the sand, the peak area, and this again has formed now of today. So that's nice to see that develop. We've seen it on other charts in the US, but we had not seen it in the Dow. So now we've seen that here, and that gives that big black arrow mark there telling you now have a sell signal there. You want confirmation the following day, and then you could take that as a sell opportunity like we did back here. You had the signal, then you had the confirmation, and then you get another signal here, and so forth and so on. So you can just continue to do trade this to the downside as the overall trend is down. You'll notice also, we talked about before, when they were come up here and they had this rally going on, and you pull back and you come up here and you come down here and you bounce off this point. At that point, this right here was the line in the sand, and bulls did not want to see that fail. This has been support for a while off the 50-period moving average. When you're in an uptrend, that's what you expect to find. Once that breaks and you close below that point, once you close below that 50-period moving average, red line right here, once you close below that, it starts to act as resistance, and that's what you're seeing right here. And so all that makes sense, and that's what you should be looking for. Also, you'll notice your peak was just shy of the 60 line, which is typically where you'll peak out in a bearish condition or bearish market, and that's what we've been seeing since the peak. So there's nothing here that would indicate any kind of a change. You should be continuing to trade to the downside. Taking a moment to look at the NASDAQ here, you can see confirmation on the sell signal. You got the shooting star signal on the NASDAQ as well, and that is after it has filled this gap between this low close here and this high point here. So we now have to fill the upper gap there. Nothing here would be something I would want to buy, but I want to point out that you also have now, if you were trading on this as being a bounce to fit gap fill, you should now be looking to reverse that position, because you now have 5 gaps below you. You have this one over here, this one here, this one here, this one here, this one here, and then one formed again today. So again, this is not a good sign. It's something that you want to be a buyer of or anything of that nature. This is all sell pressure, and it's not sustainable. So what's going to eventually happen, it's going to be erased, and it's going to be erased quickly. I wanted to point out again, note the point of the peak, and then note the momentum. You're peaking at that 60 line, again indicating the bearish market. Now we'll be looking at the SPX, the S&P 500 Large Cap Index. You'll notice the same signal as far as the shooting star goes. Note the resistance at the 50-period moving average. That makes sense. It's what you should be finding. Note the ultimate oscillator. All these things confirming one another. All these charts confirming one another. And it's, of course, would be a sell. But I want to point out one more thing. Note this high move here, high close, and then you have a down day, and then you have another one. What you're actually seeing here is just the beginning of some kicking activity or rolling over. A lot of times you'll have a price activity that will make it a move very sharp, and you'll have like this, and then quickly reverse, and that happens a lot. But a lot of times it doesn't do that. It'll actually just do kind of a kicking pattern, up and down, up and down, up or down. This one's a little bit up, this one's up, this one's down. All you're really doing is slowly rolling over here. And it's the same thing starting to develop here. It's only a few days into it. You could quickly reverse this to the downside. You could do a lot of different things, but the main thing is the overall pattern is just resistance at the 50-period moving average. Nothing unexpected in that. Quick little announcement, we have several new signals posted on the market charts going around the globe, including Australia and so forth and so on. So you can go here into the market chart section if you want to find those. You find my personal charts, short-term and long-term, with my annotations, and I update them nightly. I show you guys every different signal that I see, as well as where my stops would be and so forth and so on. And right now there are some new opportunities setting up. You'll also find in the trade section here a nightly stock analysis, different stocks every night, so check them out. And that will be it. If there's anything in our video that you didn't understand, you can simply go here to the technical school and you can learn whatever you'd like, including how to trade different setups and different patterns. Please take a moment to review our disclaimer. The information provided herein is our opinion only. Under no circumstances do any statements here represent a recommendation to buy or sell securities or make any kind of an investment. You are responsible for your own due diligence. To summarize, we do not provide investment advice, nor do we make any claims or promises that any information here will lead to a profit, loss, or any other result. These videos are for educational purposes only.